shirt.
No? Okay. If anything, I'll be Amethil. Or
It looks-
Numpton.
It looks like you're gray. The shirt's gray, so
It's a very pale green.
yeah, it's not even picking up that it's green.
Alright, let's see. Is it gonna be a dick?
Yes.
Most likely yes. Hey, no, it worked first time. Okay. What about this one? Activate that. Doing something weird with the emo. Okay, hello. Alright, I think we're good.
Does that work though?
That even worked. Oh! Oh, it was so close. It flirted with that 20 for a hot second.
I'll take 16 still. Not terrible.
What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Hold this up. Alright. Everybody logged in.
I think so.
I think so too. Is everybody able to hear the audio?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. I think we're good to go.
If I wasn't experiencing ads, I'd let you know if Twitch could definitely hear it or not.
Oh,
yeah.
I can tell right now. Here.
I could check that too.
It's hearing intro music.
That's what it's supposed to be hearing.
It can hear us too.
Yeah. I just stopped trying to hide us talking on the pre-roll.
Just our bullshit.
Yeah, it's whatever. We're not too outlandish. Alright, fuck it, switch over.
I have no idea.
Okay. Hello, everybody. If audio gets too loud, let me know. I will turn it down because it's doing its own thing
loud.
right now.
It is a bit loud.
It's at negative 16. All right, negative 23. Let's see how that sounds. If I counted on my fingers and toes correctly, this is episode 44 of Adventures from Amethil, which is fucking crazy to think about that we got almost 52 episodes would be like a year straight of episodes. I know it's been more than a year, like calendar-wise, but like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to think I'm nowhere near done playing this character.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think we're
level
just
9?
reaching our arcs.
Yeah.
8.
8.
Bro. Yeah. We're just reaching our second arc.
So yeah, crazy. So without any further ado on that one, who's doing recap today?
I can do recap.
Cool. I'm gonna eat food. You do recap.
Okay. Started last session. That was the
We woke up
Right.
to no Esmeralda.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Excuse me. Okay. We started last session with Desmond finding Esmeralda was not there. Her bedding was still disheveled and everything. Right? Or was it together? It was disheveled, yeah. And then ended up finding her notebook under Roderick's pillow. Roderick was investigated for killing her because they had some disagreements. He didn't kill her, as far as we know. And then we start heading into the Towering Wilds with tree trunks that are about 50 feet in diameter, little trees, and the canopy's so dense. You can barely get sunlight through. First night, nothing really eventful happens. Just some moving bushes.
Scary sounds in the distance.
And, yeah, moving bushes, scary sounds. You know how it goes. We're in woods. And then continue on the next day. Nell gets to talk with their horse. Yeah. And then we sleep another night, nothing eventful. And then we hear this scream that we heard the first night too. We hear it again. And we're heading in that direction, so we keep heading there, and we end up finding succubus and some other beings of some sort. I don't remember what they were.
Ugly.
Ugly. They were ugly. And
The succubus is riding a man like a horse. Very
that-
inefficient horse.
I'm glad you specified that, because that could have went sideways real quick.
Bow, 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 bow.
And a fight ensues. Then towards the end of the fight, this thing that is a cloaked figure, I don't remember what it was, comes out of the woods and assumingly killed the ugly thing that put heat metal on Thrain, because the metal stopped being hot. I don't know, he could have just broke concentration. We'll never know. But there's a loud scream over there, and then heat metal was gone. And then the cloaked figure comes running out of the woods and starts killing things while in darkness. And at the end of the fight, after everything's dead, it points its glaive at Roderick's throat and said, "You do not belong here."
Am I still downed? No, I'm not.
No, I think everybody's okay.
I used healing word on you
I could not remember. Right,
Yeah,
and
well-
then I healed myself, and I
while floating.
mhm,
And then you
healed
just,
myself while floating and shot Desmond from afar.
oh yeah, that too.
Accidentally turned him. Whoops.
Adam, you did that too quickly. I didn't get to finish my food.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm
Right.
sorry. We should let Megan do the recap. Megan's recap lasts longer.
It's too late now.
Recap wouldn't have lasted much longer this time because there wasn't much to say.
It was a lot of combat. It was a long combat.
Yeah.
Combat
That way, I
the
think-
long way.
Yeah.
That audio gets stuck in my head, and I'll just be walking around with my head randomly going peanut butter and jelly the long way, and I'm like, somebody please kill me.
I fucking hate it so much. Brittany does it too. All right.
Oh, I don't do it out loud. It's just audio looping in my head, and I'm crying a little bit.
No, she says it all the time. And she'll send me all the videos of it too. All right. So, this hooded figure with a glaive to Roderick's throat looks at you and says, "You do not belong here."
I mean, I can't argue with that, but we're here looking for someone, and once we find that person, we will be out of your way.
There is no one here worth searching for. Leave.
I'm starting to think that you might be the person I'm here to find.
Edges the blade closer onto your throat.
How close are we to this?
Feet?
Not me.
Desmond's walking back, probably.
Yeah,
I'm a few.
Desmond's about 200 feet. Moving backwards, I assume.
It's a little out of breath.
Yeah.
And walking back too, not running or anything. Fucking pissed off.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Sorry.
Thrain, I think you were like 5-10 feet away from Roderick. Because, like,
Okay.
there was that giant circle of darkness, you were just on the outside of it. Roderick was just inside of it. Thrain on the outside of it, Roderick on the inside. Nell was right in front of Roderick. And then, like, right in the middle of everything is this figure. Yeah. So he edges the blade closer to your throat when you say that, Roderick.
Look, we came here looking for a paladin, buddy. Like, not here for trouble. A friend of mine told me that we could find some help here. If you can maybe hear us out for just a moment, then you can decide if we still want us to leave.
Pulls the blade away. Still has it at the ready, holding it with both hands. Speak.
Nell's got their like shield ready at this point. Just we listening.
Mm-hmm.
We are what's left of the Obsidian Order.
Eclipsian.
Eclipsian, I always want to say Obsidian. Eclipsian Order. And we've been through a lot, man. And everything is guiding us to find. Here's our leader. Maybe our leader can describe better than I can.
Squinted eyes just follows over to Nell.
My name is Nelosiris Ombretash, the current leader of the Eclipsian Order. We are currently dealing with words are hard, man. This is Megan flubbing.
It'd be more fun if it was Nell.
Primordial malevolence that are both competing to attempt to achieve pieces of a shattered crown. In their attempts to do these things, they are, well, attacking cities, villages, etc. We're trying to get these things before they can.
Your order. I'm not familiar with your order.
We
Who the hell
were
is talking in the
originally.
background?
You guys can't. All right, give me a minute.
Oh, is that you? Okay.
No, it's my roommate.
No, you're good. I just wanted to. You're good. You can just mute for a second. It's all right.
The Eclipsian Order was initially created to be peacekeepers after the king disappeared. Just doing our best to help those who need help.
If you are peacekeepers, you have failed.
I know. But that's not going to stop us from continuing to try.
Why are you looking for me?
Looks at Roderick.
We have reason to believe that you are left over from a city that has long since vanished. And ultimately, if you are, we are looking to help hopefully bring that city back.
Everybody here, and Desmond, if you're close enough at this point, give me
I
a
feel like
perception
Desmond's
roll.
walking up now. Desmond's still preoccupied.
Nell's just noticing Desmond walking in and is feeling awkward, like, I'm a dick.
And then I will do. Did they change it? Oh, okay. So, as you say that, you see him pull back his hood and kind of open up his cloak. And you see now what you would recognize as sort of remnants of old Drakarian armor. And you see standing before you this 7-foot tall bugbear with a scar down his face. And how do you intend on bringing the city back?
Well, we're still working that out. But right now we're trying to gather some artifacts. And there's a lot of forces seem to be very invested in either making us do this or preventing us. And it hasn't been easy, to say the least. We weren't done with our training before everything went to the hells. And our leader could use some more paladin training, among other things that might help. And if there's any sort of information or knowledge that can be gained from what has happened with the city, how to get it back, how you remain if it is true that you're from there, if you can clear up any of the stories that we hear about Dracarius, and because the people, of course, is getting passed from one person to the next, or bard's tales, or what have you. It's all confusing, and some of it's true, some of it's not.
Give me an insight roll, Roderick.
Oh, he is so insightful.
Hey, he might earn himself an enlightenment.
I mean, in that case, he is the most enlightened.
He kind of turns over his shoulder and looks towards Nell. I'm no paladin. I cannot help you there. These artifacts. Are you the reason for all this extra activity coming out of the pit?
When did that start? It was not anything we were aware of.
You wouldn't be. I've sent them all back. time, it all blends. Weeks, months. I lost count after the first few years. But the hells have been active lately. Seen a lot more of those yellow-eyed bastards.
They're the ones we're trying to prevent from getting it. I'm assuming these yellow-eyed individuals you're talking of are in league with the Hag Countess. As every minion we have to deal with of hers seems to have glowing yellow eyes.
I don't
Much
know
like herself.
who this Hag Countess is, but I've been tracking a big one. Is this Hag Countess 15 feet wide, 15 feet tall, and feet bigger than him, and points to Thrain?
Am I remembering correctly that yes? No. Okay. No. I mean, 15 feet tall is accurate, but not the rest.
Then we have multiple problems here. Where is this Hag Countess?
That seems to be the majority of the problem, is that she has a little cult that does most of her dirty work. She herself travels in and out of our dreams frequently. I don't believe she is technically on this plane.
I was like, if I'm not remembering right, she's not allowed to be on this plane without the crown because of the
Aegis of Eternity.
yeah, that thing. Is that right?
No. That's
No.
why Zendraxis isn't here.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought that was rules binding both of them.
Mm-mm.
Oh well, then
No, you've actually encountered the Hag in person.
Okay.
is it?
Yeah, the Aegis stops like gods and like demon lords from entering. It doesn't stop minor beings.
Okay.
Not like underage people. They shouldn't be here either.
Fuck them. Fuck them kids.
Don't fuck the minors. Stop it.
Not like that. Not like that. We don't have enough YouTube subscribers for that.
Aw.
True.
Ooh.
He looks back at Roderick. I don't think I'm gonna be much help to you.
Well, are you the only one that patrols these lands?
I'm the only one that's not a fiend.
Were you from Tricarius?
You see him close his
got the
eyes for a
armor.
moment. I was.
Can you tell us what happened and
I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
just
know what
there and then it
happened. I
wasn't.
don't know why I'm still here. Why I'm cursed to defend this land that abandoned me.
is it not your will to defend these lands?
was at a time. My loyalty is to the king. These were his lands. My loyalty is still to the king.
Wherever Vardrak may be.
Okay, so there's no others that you're aware of.
I don't know many others that would survive out here.
Can we know your name?
Which one?
The one you'd like us to call you by.
You see him like ponder for a second. They used to call me Ravage.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ravage.
Is it?
They
Well, we were in a tight situation before you came and assisted.
I was coming to finish you off too. Seeing the way that your friend here risked himself to save you is the only reason we're having this conversation.
You say they called you Ravage. Is that what you prefer to be called? I know that's not always.
I don't have a
No.
preference.
Okay, just making sure.
These fiends have given me the title of Warlord of Blood. For I have sent waterfalls of it back down to the hells.
So, did the king? I mean, besides defending these lands, what did he have you do before he disappeared?
I was once a general in his army. My purpose was at his side.
Okay. So there's no one that would be closer to the pit than you, obviously, from what it sounds like.
The only people closer to the pit than me are the fiends and this one dwarf.
Dwarf?
He's closer in a different way.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
Did you visually see when Dracarius disappeared?
No. I was in the palace. There was a flash of light. And then I was standing on the outskirts, staring at a hole. Dirt and pebbles still running down the side of it. It was like it just disappeared and left me behind.
Were you the only one that was along the edges of this collapsed cavern?
The only one that I can recall. Whatever happened to the city should have happened to me too.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. But I give you my thanks for all of the devils and demons that you've sent back to the house.
Maybe one day I'll send enough back that I can be rewarded with an answer.
Did Vardrak have like any enemies that could have done this? Did he piss off anyone in particular?
Vardrak pissed off everyone.
Oh, all
Any
right.
gods that hadn't already been turned over.
There
Oh,
were none
good.
left from the old pool. We made sure of that.
Good to know. Oh boy. Well, now do we have any artifacts in this that were supposed to be in this area that we were supposed to get?
Supposedly one of the pieces would have been in Klevenskar, predating Dracarius, but with the size of Carrion Crawl, it's unlikely that it is truly there.
Nothing from the old city remains. Not even a cellar.
For all we know, it could have descended into the hells.
If it would have descended into the hells, he would have been back by now.
I'm referring to the artifact in which we're looking, not the city itself. No, the city itself is more than likely on a different plane.
Desmond pulls out his book, holds it up, and a picture of one of the runes appears. We're looking for this. Have you seen one of these?
No.
There's our answer. He shuts the book, puts it back down.
He gives you a very inquisitive look.
The whole time this has been going on, Desmond has had the straightest of faces, no emotional reactions to anything.
He like looks at you and that crest you wear. Where have I seen that crest?
Desmond turns around, points to the lotus on the top. This, or points to the Ecliptian Order on the bottom.
No, the top one.
Whenever war has broken out or signs of war will break out, there is a faction of plague doctors that gets sent out in case chemical or biological warfare starts to take place.
know I have encountered that before, but I don't remember where. And like as he's talking, you see his eyes open wide for a moment. Adam, are you there?
Adam.
Can you hear me now? There
Yeah.
you go. You can hear me.
Yes.
Hey,
OBS threw a fit and my camera died, so I'm working on that right now.
No
But I'm here.
worries.
I'm listening.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll at advantage.
Advantage perception.
All right. You see as he's talking to you, his eyes widen for a moment. And as he does, Thrain, you get this terrible feeling in your gut, this tingle on the back of your neck. Your hairs all stand out at arms. And you spin around to see this giant hook attached to a chain flying towards you. As Ravage essentially tackles Nell and yells, "Get down!" Everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh, we're all close to know we get +3 to initiative.
Yeah. Looks like it didn't show you getting the +3.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I normally have a +1.
Oh, I was for some reason looking at your perception roll like, boy, read it. Don't mind me. No thoughts had empty, just scrambled eggs.
Oh, is it working? Hey, I'm back.
Thrain, you see this giant chain with a hook shooting through the foliage. You drop to the ground. Right before this chain hits Nell, Ravage tackles them to the ground and the chain snaps back. And you all see this giant Herculean blob of a fiend push its way through the foliage. And as it's standing there, it like puts its hand on its belly and it starts to chuckle, and as it does, you see the fat of it start to shake, and you start hearing the jingling of chains. And it reaches out like this, and as it does, you start to see this aura, and it throws its arms to its side, and there is this explosion as a fireball rips through, burning foliage down, knocking trees over.
Just so I know, would that be considered a short rest to what we did during that conversation?
Sure.
Can you hit the button so I can get stuff back?
Sure.
Oh, it removed our initiatives.
Way to go, Adam.
Ruin everything.
Sin, did you roll initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Sin wasn't close enough for the plus. Oh wait, that's right. You're off walking. You might be. You should be
No,
back
he's back now.
Yeah.
He's ugly.
That's hurtful.
right? Dang.
Catch a look of yourself in the mirror.
And for some reason, I can't get Opus to change the song.
It does that sometimes.
It tells me it's playing it, but I'm not hearing it playing anything different.
Yeah, let me
I think
see
if
that.
you refresh yours, you'll be able to mess around with it.
You should stop. I think it stopped the music and then play the next one.
Well, I did that already. Alright, let's try it this way. No, I'm just gonna break it all together, I think.
Probably.
Either way, we're in your session, so if you like completely close the tab and reopen it, we should still be here.
Mm-hmm.
Did the music change for anybody else?
No.
Awesome.
And I'll
Did it
refresh.
change for you?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
stopped.
Yep.
I got some battle music now.
There we go. So you see this fireball rip through, knocking over trees, burning the leaves around you, as the woods grow thick with the smoke from this burning wreckage. And you hear this big guttural voice. The Warlord of Blood. I've come to collect some of my own. And you see him hold out the glaive with one arm, and he just yells.
Cliff.
Yeah?
With my perception check, I see his eyes are yellow. Are they head count as yellow, or just he has yellow eyes?
They're glowing yellow.
They are glowing yellow.
They are glowing yellow.
Okay. They're not just yellow; they're glowing. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Mainly.
Yeah.
Cool. Damn, son. I like 4.
That one's Roderick's special.
Roderick, crack! Got any of that good?
All right.
Roderick and myself up first.
Yep.
Hey, the arrows are still there, Cliff.
I didn't get any.
It's only for him.
Walk this way.
Walk
The
this way.
walk
hates
this way
you.
is a reaction module. So, and for the record, your positions on this map are the exact same as where your positions were on the other map. Like 1 for 1 where we left off.
Would Sin be closer
Yeah,
since he
Sin
was
would
walking?
be with us at this point.
I'd say because Sin was walking closer during that whole conversation. I feel.
Sure.
Yeah, he was close enough to show him the picture.
Sure.
Whoa,
Everybody go ahead
Who
and
the fuck says I'll be anywhere near this guy?
You showed him the picture.
Maybe 10 feet behind us. How's that?
go ahead
And
and
is
get
that-
where you think you would be at. Everybody go ahead and organize yourselves where you think you would be.
I'll be right where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty much everybody but Sin. And then I moved Ravage because obviously at this
He just
point,
tackled Mel.
yeah.
Desmond would be with us. No, the fuck he ain't.
I meant closer than you were.
He's walking away again. Did someone fear him? Nope, he's just done.
Before we get out of order, Cliff, do you want to put our initiatives in? Does it clear them when you hit the short rest button?
Fucking no.
'Cause I want to go up with Roderick where I'm supposed to be.
Read off your initiatives.
Sin had 5. Nell 16. Rain 22. Roderick 22.
Done. Okay.
And then whatever others had.
For some reason, they reset everybody's, so let's go ahead and do these 2. Well, now look what you did. So now, at the top of the round, this big guy, you see him like put his arms down to his side, and they like rest on his stomach because he's so huge. And you see him like tilt his head back, and he closes his eyes. And as he does, you start seeing the chains that are wrapped around his waist start to spin and spin, and it looks like they're growing and multiplying as you see his body start to be encased in these thick iron chains. He looks back at you all and he basically just says, "This is not your fight. You can leave if you want to." And then he just screams and he rushes in.
Roger, listen. It's like, all right, cool. Good luck to you, buddy. All right, Nell. So what's next?
As he looks to at Nell, who looks prepared for battle.
No. He said he's got this. So, I mean, this is what he does. He's been doing this for. He got this. You saw what he did earlier.
You see as this hulking figure of Ravage, as he runs towards this thing, him just being dwarfed in size by this colossus mountain of a fiend.
Yeah, it's got this all under control.
Ah, shit, you know what I forgot to do? I had this all planned out that when I interacted with the scene, I would do that. Fucking missed the mark.
He aided us. We should aid him.
Does this match the description that he gave us of the one he was hunting?
Yes. 15 foot wide, 15 foot tall, with feet bigger than Thrain. Alright, Roderick, what you doing?
What was the last line that Nell said?
He aided us, we should aid him.
But he also just said we should get out of here, and that sounds like good advice. Words.
I'm separating Nell and Megan, because Megan's going, well, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to fight? But, you know, that's not how it works. That's out of game talk.
Do you think this is a person Coin told you to find?
I have no idea. Like, it doesn't seem like it, because he said that maybe the person that we were looking for knew stuff about being a paladin, and he said he doesn't.
Didn't he say he wasn't a paladin, not that he didn't know about it?
He said he wasn't.
He said he couldn't help.
Correct.
Couldn't
What
or
I'm
wouldn't?
seeing here is somebody who's way over their head, but we'd probably be over our head with him. He said this isn't our fight. We have so much more riding on our lives at the moment. I don't think it's the wisest decision to remain in that fight.
All right. So we leave.
That's the plan.
All right, Roger takes off.
All right.
Yeah, we'll double.
I feel like shit.
I guess. I mean, everything else is on
Yeah.
fire.
Which direction are we trying to go?
I
Like-
mean, your initial plan was to find someone out here,
guy.
and you were
Yeah.
headed in the direction that opposite of where
The fire
Roderick
is.
just ran. Yeah,
Where
you
the
guys
big
were
lead
you
is.
guys were headed this way.
Okay, so yeah, never mind. We're good. Dash action to get the fuck out.
Okay.
Is that all you're doing, Roger?
Yep, he's double move action, getting the fuck out.
Okay. Gonna walk over here, and there, and then
As you walk past Desmond, you see him loading up his gun.
hang on then. I wouldn't have went that far. I would stop next to Desmond. Uh, 40, 35, 30. Way
30
back
now.
one more. I'd be at 25 feet from where I was
Okay.
before I die.
Yep.
Are you planning on fighting this?
And like as he closes his gun and like looks down at this thing. I wouldn't abandon my people, especially one so devoted.
I'll look back at Nell.
Nell is smiling ear to ear and like turning towards the fight.
How far away is he? 90 feet. Yeah, for now, we're not gonna do any of that. Going to cast Spirit Guardians designating Roderick, Desmond, Nell, and Ravage is not affected by it. They can any number of creatures I can see.
Can you see all of us?
He turns his head a bit.
Yeah, I should be able to. And then this.
And yeah, you.
What? We're back to this music now.
Yeah, it went back
Didn't click
to.
and repeat, did you?
I did, and I removed the eerie forest from the playlist, but it's still there.
Oh my.
Remove music.
I
Play.
said nah.
Loop.
Okay.
We just wanted to give you. It's because Roderick moved outside of the bounding box,
Right.
right? So
Right.
when Roderick stepped outside, it changed the music cue.
It's like, oh, we're not fighting no
Loading
more.
out of a boss fight.
Yeah, and then
Complete
you'll just
tangent.
see.
In Foundry, you can literally set it up to do shit like that. You can literally set tiles that trigger things like music and sound to play, so if you move off of it, it'll slowly crossfade to a different track.
Like, wait, guys, why don't I hear boss music?
Why is there a health bar filling up?
I'm not talking about. It's still peaceful out here. What are you talking about?
Oh, that'd be cool
Uh,
if you could do it per player.
No, it is per player.
Is it really?
It's per
That's
player.
great.
Yeah, and like the way that they have it built is for say there's a cave and you guys are walking through the woods and there's a cave. If one of you walks into the cave, you can have it transition from forest music to cave sounds, but only the person who walked in it will hear that.
That's dope.
Cool.
That's cool. And yeah, you'll just see like and like an angelic form of me just start running, or like what you assume my family looks like, just circling around me in a spectral form. Just
I
floating
know
around
what
me in
you're
circles.
describing, but it's
However,
really funny to just imagine a bunch of dwarves running in a circle.
Uh-huh.
Hup,
What do
hup,
they-
hup, 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 hup.
What do they do?
The spirit guardians.
Yeah.
Affected creatures' speed is halved when they enter the area for the first time or starts its turn there, and it must make a wisdom save or it takes damage. It takes damage no matter what, but if it gets in my radius. Also, there's a 15-foot radius around me.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to, because I have aura on. So I could do the actual mechanics for it. I just don't know.
Could you exclude people for it?
Yeah, you could just set it to just enemy.
Okay.
I'll tackle that hill when I get to it.
Okay.
All right. Would your spiritual weapon still be out?
No. We took a short rest that only lasts a minute.
Okay. And then the echo moves when Roderick does. So I'd assume that thing's like over here too.
oh yeah, they both out.
Running in tandem.
Is he gonna look back, see if we're following?
When his turn comes around.
Okay.
He's gonna be so confused
Uh,
though.
Nell's
Right.
turn.
I guess I was prone because he tackled me, huh?
No, you would not be prone. We're not gonna do the. You can move the full 30.
Okay.
Hey, I'm glad that worked at least, though.
Yeah.
You were prone from when you fell out of the sky.
All right.
Oh, I like how it actually applies an effect to them too.
Stood up, speed half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like on the combat tracker next to Nell's speed, it actually says 15 with an asterisk after it.
And we don't get to see speed.
That's really fucking cool. It's cool what the modders add to this.
So like I said,
Sorry, I'm
every-
real thinking about it. I've been thinking about it like long before it was my turn, and I still am like, what want do?
I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what effects can I apply to people to boost this? Oh wait, that's the wrong thing.
During starts spitting.
right.
Just like diggy hole.
Am I targeting Daddy Guy?
No,
Mm-mm.
You were targeting nothing?
no one.
Is it control click?
Yep.
Yes.
Now you're
Yes,
targeting Big
okay.
Boy.
Got it.
Yeah, wait.
Yeet the javelin.
That's a hit.
It's not much damage, but like trying to preserve some of my things.
As the javelin hits the spinning chains, it gets caught for a second and it snaps in half into splinters.
Fuck. Would using the infernal command be an action?
Yes.
Okay.
Forget about those all the time. Then I have to pop that window back up.
Mm-hmm.
You know who doesn't forget about him? Roderick. John might,
I
but
don't-
Roderick don't.
I always have those bitches up. All right. I guess we're gonna move that additional 5 and finish out my 30 feet.
Okay. And at this point, you're seeing Ravage, like, hitting his glaive against this thing, and it's just laughing, and there's sparks coming off of the blade. Desmond.
Gonna
Oh.
bonus action Bardic Inspo him.
Who?
Okay.
Ravage.
Okay. Desmond.
Tossing like an item. What would you consider that?
In what sense?
Just like handing off an item to someone else, be like, "Hey, catch."
I mean, you can give things up, I think, as a free action. So if it's just like kind of like a run by, like put into someone's arm, that's whatever. If you're actually trying to like throw it though, like any like real distance where you have to actually make sure you're aiming to get it to the target, is gonna take a little bit more than just a, you know, a toss off. So like if you're gonna run past the ring and like toss them something, then whatever. But if you're gonna like try to throw something to like Nell, that's a little different.
Yeah, it's for Roderick.
That you, what are you trying to toss him? Like a potion?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with it being like a bonus action, but I'm gonna make him catch it. Because you guys are like 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30 feet away from one another.
All right. As Desmond says what he says to Thraid and clicks his gun close, he looks back at Roderick, yells out, "Hey, Roderick!" And still in its like holder, he unclips it from his belt and tosses it back as he starts to move forward.
All right, we're gonna make John actually catch that on his turn.
I'm not actually doing this. This is just, I gotta burn them because I only get them at long rest, but my channel divinity refreshes at short rest. And it was in my channel divinity tab, but does only refresh at long rest.
Gotcha.
So move there.
And like for the record, like this is the tree on fire, so like the ground isn't on fire right there. I've seen like everybody like run around that little tail of the
I
fire.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Okay.
This looks like regular fire, not hellfire, right?
Correct, yeah. This is like
Okay.
something happened and all the trees have exploded and caught fire.
Okay.
Desmond like squats down, holds the gun up with both of his hands, and takes a shot. Ew. All right.
I really love picturing things just incredibly wrong with how they're described. Like, he's just there squatted with arms straight up with the gun.
Bang!
I know that's not what you described, but my brain goes like, what if it was stupid? Let's make it ridiculous.
All right, that's my turn.
As your shot rips off, you see it hit one of the, like the shoulder, as one of the chains spinning by, and you just see it hit it. It just. up at the top, you hear him let out this like roar, and he says, "Let's bring some of your friends into this." And now,
I'm gonna die.
can you please give me a strength saving roll DC 18?
Maybe.
All
Yeah,
right.
Maybe.
And as he says that, you see him throw his arm out, and as he does, this chain shoots off across the landscape, and you see it headed right towards you, and you're able to just narrowly move your shield in front of it. And as this massive chain hits your shield, you feel it actually like skitter you backwards as your feet drag in the dirt, and you hear it hit the ground with a thud as it starts to zip back to him. And Ravage, continuing to hit it, he yells out, "I can't get through these chains!" He looks back over to you, Nell, and he says, "I need to get these chains off. Hit him in between." And you see him run, and he stabs his javelin into the ground, jumps at this massive monster, and he puts his fingers between the chains and he starts to pull them apart. What is the Bardic Inspiration die?
It is a
D6?
D6 boost.
All right. So a 4. And he puts his feet on the chest, or on the gut of this fiend, and he starts pulling the chains, and you see them whirling around, and as he like grabs them, you see the chains stop. And you see his whole body jiggle as it happens, as he starts peeling it apart, and you can see these openings of exposed gut spilling out between the chains. Roderick, there is a vial hurling towards you. I'm gonna need you to either make a sleight of hand, or if you can think of a skill that would be better suited for this, let me know which one.
Guess not really. He's like,
DC 10. Nothing crazy.
Why do you sound so far away? The bottle's coming at him.
Yeah, you like turn around and then see him start moving away. As his bottle, you see just the glint of it in the air as you just manage to reach out and grab it. I'm gonna say that's your bonus action as well.
Okay.
You see Thrain getting ready to run. Just look at you, shrug, and get ready to and start running.
But guys, the enemy's that way. We're trying to. Starts begrudgingly heading back in. What sort of action is it to take the?
It's an action.
It is an action. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just gonna fucking drink it and.
Lock it.
Like, is it like him and his Echo look at each other, side of their eyes?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
So am I able to, because you said you made this, do that, add that to...
Yeah.
And a square.
They added it,
Whatever.
I think.
All right, you have the boldness potion effect applied to you now.
All right.
So to automatically add it, that's cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's all Cliff.
Wow, that's decent.
When you were still trying to learn Fantasy Grounds.
No. I have 5e down. Creating new shit in Fantasy Grounds, I will not try to do anymore. All right. Thrain.
God damn it. Every time it's my turn, I get an error.
Sounds like a you issue at this point.
Click here. Get 25 feet closer. Start booking it. 65 feet. Okay. Just gonna point and cast Guiding Bolt at him. Try to aim for the gap of the chains.
Sure. Go ahead and roll it with a -2 because you were trying to hit a fairly small area from quite a substantial different
Hang on.
distance.
Let me make sure it says the range. Yeah, okay. This is the range.
That does not hit.
Okay, fine. Fine, be like that. What is that? That's an action. What is this? Right there. As an action. Okay. All right. That's my turn.
Okie dokie. That means it's on to no.
Did the echo move with you, John?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned your echo looking at you. I was like,
Yeah.
What's Nell finna do?
Continuing to run.
As he's looking at you like, hurry up, this shit is heavy!
I'm trying to think of what to do.
that was a level 1 spell.
It's just one of those things where I'm looking at my spell slots that I have left and going,
You're paladin, your spell slots are all reserved.
Yeah, just fucking smite him.
Smite or
It's a demon.
the other flavor of smite.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can always
spell slots
smite.
Are smites is the thing. But
Yeah.
can I put a divine smite on a fucking javelin? Is that, or does it have to be a melee weapon? Yeah, it has to be melee. So that's why I was like, "Nyeh, nyeh." Also, the reason why I'm going about my spell slots is that I only have 2 spells in my repertoire at the moment. That's
Yeah.
two potential smites.
Yeah.
So we know what those are going to be used for.
Exactly.
So all I can really do is yeet my other javelin.
Do it.
I'm gonna have to remove one of my javelins.
Yeah, it's
Splinters
gone.
now. Well,
Yeah, if you throw that one, it hits on the like the side of his gut, like just to the side of where he's got it piled open, and it just hits it and just bounces off the chain.
Baloney. Can I fire an arrow now? Send it.
You have 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Please feel pain.
Yeah. So you hit him with it, and he lets out this gurgle as he's like, "You little wretch!"
Dang.
I was trying to give you advantage. I tried.
Yeah. I don't think that there's anything else I can do, so yeah, that'll be that.
All right, Desmond.
All right. Sorry, I was putting hot sauce on my chips and it looked really inappropriate because you couldn't see what I was doing.
You're
Jerking
like,
it.
Ooh, that hot sauce.
like Sid?
I didn't see nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I don't know nothing.
I just really like the way that demon guy looks.
Oh, this fucking battle.
All right, let's see if this works. So, gets up, runs forward a little bit closer, slides to a knee, takes another shot, loads up a special glowing cartridge, and fires it.
Oh, dance on that
Fuck.
20.
That's a hit.
Oh,
It's a save. Never
No,
mind.
that's a save.
So he's good at deck saves. Understood.
Hey, the spell worked though. It didn't nullify or anything.
That is true. Well, I mean, I'm holding a spell right now, so
True. Okay. Then after shooting the cartridge, he cocks back on it and shoots his second shot, which is just Eva built into the gun. But it is force damage. But it's a miss.
Just
At
barely
18.
misses. As the shot goes through and it hits the chain, and you see the energy sort of dissipate around the chains.
Then takes a few steps back, hiding behind some of the burning branches and smoke and shit.
There's a lot of that. All right, back up at the top. You see him like kind of swinging his arms to try to get to Ravage, but like he can't reach the front of his chest where Ravage is. He looks over at you, Nell, and he says, "Tit for tat," and he chucks another chain at you. Can I please have a DC 18 athletic save?
Athletics?
athletics
No,
or strength save?
strength save, sorry.
Fuck.
All right.
How close are you to me? How close are you to me? Fuck, you're 5 feet away.
You shouldn't have moved.
I shouldn't have.
As he says that, you see this chain reach out, and you see it like go just past you, and you see it hover in midair for a second, and then it starts to yank back, and you feel it wrap around you from the opposite side as the hook of the chain connects with one of the rings, and you feel yourself getting pulled. Bop, bop, and you feel the chain begin to heat.
That's pretty rude.
My guy has to make athletics roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, he do. I'm gonna say that as he sees this chain going out, because he did this with a crit, he's kicking the chain that's connected to you right now, Nell. On your turn, you will get a chance to escape from this, or you will be restrained. You will get to make that attempt with advantage due to this.
Thanks, Ravage.
Roderick. And he maintains holding this gap open as you see him struggling with these heavy-ass chains.
Fuck, it's still far away.
Very far away. Also, think of these trees as like the center square. Like you can't pass through that, but you could run through anywhere else. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
As long as you're in a certain fucking square. Why do I build
Hi,
grids for
Roderick.
you guys?
Roderick number 2.
Electric.
So that's still doable. I think.
Yeah, you'll just have to make the shot with a -2 from this range.
Okay.
Because you're trying to hit an opening that Ravage has managed to pull in these chains from that far away.
Will flips his gun around and I guess. Well, probably Thrain is the only one who's seeing this. You see like how fast. You're probably used to how fast he moves when he's like switching out his ammo and everything like that. Spins it around. And he's going to fire a shot. Nothing particular, just at this fucking guy. Because
Sure.
I don't think from where he's at, he can see what the strategy is or what they're trying to do.
No, all you see is Ravage literally holding open chains and his gut exposed. And you see an arrow sticking out of it at this point.
Okay, he's going to aim for where that arrow is. Then.
Yeah, so do that with a -2.
Alright, so... Dot.
Oh. Oh, you weren't targeting him.
Why is it? I have an arrow. Oh, am I using? Oh, I got the echo. I think. There. Now is it targeted?
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Oh, that is scary.
You see it.
Okay.
You see it hit right on the side of where you were aiming at. Like it couldn't be any closer without hitting it.
Alright, he is. With his second shot, he's just gonna kind of close one eye and fire again.
That's a hit.
Alright, and hold on. Can I re-roll?
You can re-roll a 1, yeah.
Yeah. So
So just
Or
roll
just
the actual
D8.
die, yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, hey, it's not one.
That's true.
But from the looks of it, he's vulnerable, so that's actually 2 extra damage.
Yep. So as that shot hits him, you see it actually hit his stomach, and you see this ripple go over the fat, and you hear the chains jiggle as they do. And you see him like turn his head and look at you as you shoot him.
Alright, moved, shot. I don't think I have a viable bonus action. Yes, I already took the potion that was thrown to me.
Yep.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
Did the
Brain.
music stop for anyone else?
No.
Cute.
Opus, just be an opus. Just opus things.
Dude. 25 feet closer. Actually, not there. It'd be there.
Okay.
Trying to get him, guiding bolt.
All right. From 35 feet, you don't need to roll any negatives. You do need to roll higher than a 12, though.
Yeah, bonus action. Shadow step right up close to not there. Right here. Click on me again. Stop that. Stop targeting. There we go. I need a wisdom saving throw from him.
Is it when you move in, or is it the start of their turn?
When an affected creature's speed is halved in the area, when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. Okay. What is my? Oh, I could probably actually do that with that. Okay, yeah, the DC 15.
All right.
What is?
Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I see. That was action, bonus, and movement. Yep, that's it.
All right. At the top of your turn, Nell, I need you to do a DC 18 strength save with advantage.
Got this.
Oh wait, Cliff.
Hey.
He takes half damage regardless.
Okay.
I'm not actually rolling the damage. It's just 3d8. It's radiant.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So
As my family members just start picking at him, right in the stomach. Right in the stomach. One at a turn as they walk in circles around him.
Now as you start getting pulled closer, you're digging your heels into the dirt and it's no use, you're being pulled in. You see Ravage kick the chain and it creates this like ripple down it for a second, and as it does, you take advantage of it, and you knock the hook out of the link, and you see it kind of fly wild as the chain retracts back into his hand. At the end, or no, it's at your turn. Go ahead. It's your turn still.
Yep. Great. Thanks for closing the gap, Ugly. And we showing better. I didn't mean to double click that.
First one hits.
So
Sweet. I'm putting second level Divine Smite.
Are you gonna take a step closer before you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting right up in his face.
Yep.
give him a hug before you smack him.
Now, since it's a second level Divine Smite, things are stupid.
You just gotta click and drag it out, and then right click once to double the die.
Oh, it applies to you, doesn't it? It's an effect that applies to you.
Yeah, it's an apply to self.
Oh.
So Cliff's gonna have to update the number when you apply it. So just apply it.
So, yeah.
So it would be
And
3d8.
the second level will be 3d8, and then an additional 1d8 for
he's fiend or undead.
fiend.
Yep. Already on there.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck.
Yeah. He lets out a roar of pain as this divine smite tears into him.
So shouldn't it be 4d8 then?
No, it's 2d8
Because
normally.
it is-
You cast it at second level, it'd be 3d8, and then an additional d8.
It didn't do the additional
But
D8.
then it didn't do it didn't do the additional d8. The
If-
one
if it's
d8
fiend.
is the longsword. So it needs one more d8.
Oh, you know what I think the issue is? I don't think that when I built him, I put fiend on there. That's my bad.
Okay, so I'll just...
Yeah. I updated
boy.
it, so it will now.
There you go.
I added the damage manually, but I have it updated, so it'll do it next time.
I had more spell slots than I thought I did. For some reason, I was mentally having it that the unfilled out ones were, you know.
Nice.
Yeah,
You got
I
this.
have. Yeah, we're good.
I don't remember Nell using lots of.
I'm
There's
running
smite
low.
slots.
That's it. That's the end of my sentence.
There's smite slots.
You still have a second attack?
I sure do.
It's level
And
3.
with that second attack, I'm going to put on a searing smite.
Okay, that's a bonus action. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a concentration too, so be mindful of that.
It's only concentration until I hit something.
Yeah, but if you get hit, you can lose it.
That's a hit.
You hit him.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I didn't think fire was gonna do much. Confirmed.
I mean, it still did a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you're doing?
That'll be it.
All right. As you hit him with that smite, you hear his voice turn to a growl as he says, "You bitch!" And I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my legendary actions. Ba 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 ba.
Bibbity bop bop. I'm gonna get bippity boppity booed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all three of us are. We're all sitting here right close to each other. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh.
Hey.
All right.
Fry my nose hairs.
Let me see if it'll actually let me do this automatically, or if I'm gonna have to make you do
Before
that.
you do this, Cliff, is this Dex save?
It is a dex save, yes.
Do I see it coming? Because I get advantage.
It
to
is.
danger
It
sense.
is. It is within reason to believe that you would see this coming.
I get advantage on this then. Danger sense.
And it's not gonna let me do it automatically because I must have built the actual clickables wrong
Right.
on it. Everybody, go ahead and give me a DC 19 Dexterity saving throw. Anybody within the purple. If you're not in the purple, don't worry about it.
It's a good thing that they're close to me so they get that +3.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
already baked in too, so they don't have to do anything extra.
Wow, that advantage really helped.
You got a 10. You got a 10.
Love it. Hey Adam, don't forget that you get a free natural 19.
Ooh, I do get a natural 19. I'm gonna use it there.
Okay. So that'll be a
So-
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I apologize in advance.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm using this natural 19.
I'm glad I reminded you.
Oh,
That is
You know-
exactly how much health points I have.
I was gonna look at Roderick like maybe we should leave.
I fucking told you.
How did Ravage do?
Ravage rolled a 28.
Okay.
So
yeah, right there.
everybody in this path, if you failed the DC 19, you take 46 fire damage. So if fire matters, if you can shrug off fire or have any resistances to it. And
I sure am on the ground.
if you made your save, you take 23.
I'll take 23.
23 sounds like a lot less than 46.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I applied my damage.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
Kelly's unconscious.
Yeah, did you actually fall unconscious?
I
Yeah.
think if you do it manually, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think so
Yeah,
either. Let me do this real quick then, just to make my life easier. Boop. All right, Desmond.
All right, Desmond was gonna take a step forward, then that big wall of fire came, and he like stopped and turned.
He said, "Never mind."
Right. So instead, I'm gonna probably assume that that's gonna be like 10 feet
Yep.
to like roll over that.
Yeah, over or
So-
under, still the same.
20 more to go. Let's do here.
Okay.
55 feet. And unfortunately, a lot of Desmond's shit is either fire or deck saves. So this entire combat is going to be this. Hey, it's a hit at least.
That is a hit. Fucking damn good damage.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
55 feet. What is the range of my voice? 60. what was it called? What's your title, Brain?
So my title came from my religion.
What about the title that came from my religion?
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Didn't you write that down? I thought I seen that in your notes somewhere.
notes. Guild, family line, key figure, social sign. It was like a something divine.
Divine Avatar. Was it that? I don't remember. It's been so fucking long. I want to say Divine Avatar of Death or some shit like that.
Hang on.
He's like, you know what? That sounds cool. Make it that.
That's pretty close, honestly.
Yeah, it'll work for now. You'll say the actual thing.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, so after taking his shot and like exhaling, he looks over at Nell and he's like, the divine avatar of death stands with you. Get up. And healing word for bare minimum.
You realize, Sin, I heal max when they're unconscious.
I know, but you also have like your action. This I'm literally not gonna be able to use my spell slots on this guy.
Okay.
So
Do we know what session that was that happened? No. Yeah, okay.
No,
I'll go
I
yeah,
have
no.
5 more feet, so I'm gonna move right there. That's my turn.
All right. At the top of the round, you see his tone change from being kind of jovial and defiant to being just angry at this point. And he's like, "You incredulous fools!" And he like points over in Desmond's direction, And
Fucking do it.
as he does, he points over in your area, and as he points over there, you see the ground underneath you begin to crack, and you start to see smoke come out of the fissures. And no, wrong one. Shit. It's the same either way. Barely, you see as he's moving around, Ravage barely hangs onto these chains, narrowly slipping off. But manages to hold on. Roderick, your turn.
Alright. So,
Wasn't that one? It was this one.
let's see, what do we are going to run over here to this log. Let's see, is that still -2 range?
Nope.
or is he...
You're within 60. You're good.
Alright, he is going to keep that same ammo. And he is going to see if he can connect with something here. Why are you like this? And he's going to fire again. Why are you like this? Alright, no luck on that.
As you let those 2 shots off, he yells out, "Another one! Come play with your friends!" And as he does, he lets out a chain from his left hand. Roderick, can I please have a DC? What was it again?
18.
Yeah, DC 18 strength save, please.
Alright. Just straight strength.
Yep, strength saves.
Alright.
All right. You see this
Roll more
chain
than single
flying
digit.
through the landscape, and it wraps around you, and you feel yourself getting dragged 10 feet immediately, and you feel the chain start to heat up.
Okay.
If you do not make the save at the start of your next turn, you will be restrained.
Okay.
Thrain.
Hey, Thrain, you want to team up?
What are you thinking? 'Cause I already know what my original plan for this turn was, so I'm open. It wasn't a very good plan.
I mean,
But still,
my thought was to put a Divine Smite on Nell's blade and have Thrain hammer it straight into his gullet. Belly thing.
like you put it in there and then just
Like, yeah, Nell goes to stab and then lets go of the sword, moves their hand while he's coming in with the hammer to hit that nail right on the head.
okay.
Just a thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and then with that, Roger feel a little burning on his chest as I use the dark empowerment with it. As that'd be my bonus action.
Yeah.
If you're doing a team up, you don't really get a bonus action. It's just all
Well,
encompassing. But
action, bonus action, and
Package
swinging
deal.
and hitting that.
sure. Who's initiating all this? Nell is, right?
Yeah.
All right, now what skill are you going to use to represent what you're doing?
Athletics to jam the sword in as far as I can and then get out of the way.
Okay, go ahead and roll that athletics roll.
While dumping a smite and all that
Yep.
garbage.
24. All right.
Hell.
I'd
All
say
right.
I did it,
Well,
but
that's
that means you have to roll some really good, really
Yeah.
good roll there.
So, Thrain, you see Nell give you the nod. You see them pull the sword out and it begin to glow with that radiant energy and all of a sudden that anti-light effect. And they swing with all their might and jab it in, and you see the blade like stick in and angle itself, perfectly pointing towards you, waiting to be hammered in. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to bullshit the hell out of this.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to use insight from all of the fighting I've done with Nell and knowing how they attack
Okay.
to know where I would expect this to be.
Sure. So you're gonna use insight to try to predict where they're gonna move at and hope that you can. Sure. I like it.
Uh-huh.
I like it. Hey, that's pretty fucking good.
We got this, boo boo.
I need you two both to calculate what is the amount of damage, the max amount of damage you would be able to do with this.
Warhammer 10. Will Hellfire make a difference?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Because I'm using the Dark Empowerment, which is Hellfire.
Yeah.
So that's 12 plus 10.
Yeah, don't worry about trying to calculate resistances or vulnerabilities. Just calculate what the max die roll would be.
So
24?
for now, that would be 8 times 4 plus 3.
That's 8 times 4 is 32 plus
2
3.
Plus 3, so that's 35 would be Nell's contribution.
So that's 59 points of damage. And you guys rolled with a 95.83% accuracy.
So 96.
No, 95.83.
Oh, okay. You're not rounding. That's
Nope. Anytime I work with numbers, if it's non-currency related, it's 4 digits. If it's currency related, it's 2 digits. That is 56,539. So we'll just call that a 57 points of damage. But he is vulnerable to all damage right now. So 57 times 2 is 114 damage.
Fuck yeah.
So let me do this.
I mean, having a sword hammered straight into your stomach does sound pretty fucking painful and bad, so I get that.
As it lights up with Hellfire, too.
Hellfire and Radiant.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Nell, your sword lights up. You hit the mark. The blade spins at the perfect timing as Thrain, predicting your movement, is already pre-swinging this. Hits the hilt of the sword, burying it in deeper. You see this burst of radiant energy as you see this sort of backwash of hellfire kind of converge into it, and you could see all through his torso this hellfire erupt inside as you see his veins glowing from the inside as this, and you see his stomach like reach out a little bit as the chains stretch to taut, and then as this plumage of bile and blood just start burping out of this gash that you left there, as your sword spits back out to your feet, and you see smoke start coming out of his mouth from the remnants of this explosion, as he takes 114 points of damage.
Fuck yeah. And that just nullifies both of our turns, yeah?
It does, yes. It nullifies
Worth
both
it.
both of
Do
your
I still get a
turns.
reaction if I need it?
Yeah,
Or
you
does that
still get
take
reactions.
action?
Yeah.
Oh, also, you still have your Spirit Guardians up.
Nope.
No? Lost that? Got it.
Yeah, when he did that big fuck you attack.
I understand.
I'm gonna use one of the inspirations that I got from that, and I'm gonna do one of his legendary actions. Not that.
No, it's only cool when we do it, Cliff.
I know. As he starts to spew out this smoke from his mouth, you see him stop on the ground, and as he does, you see these cracks open up near you all, and you see smoke start coming out the fissures. Desmond.
Alright.
Yeah, you see all that happen.
Yeah, Desmond, you see the ground crackle around you, smoke start coming out of it, and you look up as you see this glint of light as Nell is plunging their sword into the gut of this thing, and then Thrain hits it, and you see this just explosion of energy. And then you see its insides become outer.
Nell's still laying down as this stuff spills into the ground.
No.
I'm very much standing.
Okay.
The circle scares me.
Logically.
All right. And Desmond runs forward. As he does, he's loading another cartridge, comes sliding to a knee, readies his weapon again.
Yeah, from that side, you don't have a really good view of the opening, so you're shot a little high.
All right, adjust from where he just shot. Cocks back his lever, shoots his Eva blast.
Comes a little closer to the mark, but the angle that you're at still a little awkward trying to hit him from the side, so it's hard to hit that opening.
Yep. And like grits his teeth, and as he takes a step back, readying his next ammo, he like shakes his head as he's stepping back and says, "That's why you're the fucking Avatar, not me."
At the end of this round, everywhere that there is a circle, these fissures open up and flames shoot through. Anybody standing in this circle, please. Never mind, there's no please. Everybody standing in this circle, it is 6d6 fire damage.
There's no save at
There's
all?
no save for this. The save is get the fuck out of the circle before it goes off, but you guys didn't really have an opportunity to because I used an inspo. Aw.
Down I go.
Roll.
Whoa!
What?
That's all we can hope for with a 66 roll is something nice and low like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Exhaustion 3? It should be 2.
They were already down once. I didn't add it the last time they went down. Like just
Because
now.
I died in the previous fight.
Oh, right.
I just now noticed that I didn't add that before. Boom. All right, and at the start of the turn, he is going to, pick up Nell's body and begin putting them in his mouth. You automatically fail your save because you're unconscious. And he reaches down, he like swats at Ravage again, grabs Nell by one leg, lifts them up, and he opens his mouth and begins just slowly lowering Nell into his gullet. And as this is going on, he swats sideways and knocks Ravage off. And you see the chains slam shut. Roderick, I need a DC 18 strength save or you will be restrained.
Question. Since he's not restrained yet, can he swap places with his echo?
Given the way that this is worded, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Because it's like you don't get to do anything else. Like at the start of your turn, you have to make this, and if you make it, then you don't lose your turn. You're not restrained. If you fail it, you're restrained.
Okay.
Do you lose your turn if you're restrained?
You can't do anything if you're restrained. You can't move. I don't think you can take actions.
I think restrained is just you can't move.
Yeah.
I think that's grapple.
This is your movement to
Hang on.
0.
Restrained. Creature speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonus. Attacks are at advantage. Its attacks have disadvantage, and disadvantage on dex saves.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Strength save, you said?
Yes, please. DC 18.
Right, so start with that.
Oh, it tried.
It tried.
All right. So you are restrained, and as these chains tighten around you, you see them glow red hot. I have way too many things for this guy. You take 3d6 plus 5 damage. How did I roll better on that than I did a fucking 6d6?
I can't kill you all.
So the question is, do we want to heal Nell though? It's already happening. Do we want them conscious for that?
Okay.
Standby.
Roderick, you are restrained. Now, I don't know if you can still swap places. I don't know if that has anything to do with that, but now you're free to do whatever you want to do on your... Well, also, just know that you are also pulled 10 feet closer.
Mm-hmm. So you said now I can?
Now it's your turn to do whatever you want to do. You're restrained. You're fully restrained. But if you could swap places while restrained, then I don't see a reason why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Let's see.
As a bonus action, you can teleport magically swapping at a cost of 15 feet of movement, regardless of the distance between you two.
Yeah, so if I have no movement, then I can't do it.
Correct, because it costs you 15 and your movement's 0.
Yep.
Okay, so you cannot do that then.
So then I will...
But you could still attack at disadvantage if you want.
In the chain snapshot.
Yeah, the chains are cinched across, like around your chest at this point, pulling you closer.
Okay.
But I will say that you did watch Ravage get knocked off, and you seen the area that everybody had been shooting at had slammed shut.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I impose a vulnerability to all damage to him, how does that work?
What do you mean?
I have the ability just to give him vulnerability to everything.
Okay, so do that.
Will that nullify immune? Is what I'm wondering.
I would assume that it does. Does it have any flavor text that says that?
It's my channel divinity.
Which one is it?
Path to the grave.
No, I think this supersedes that.
Okay, so would that make him vulnerable, or would that just neutral out?
The creature has vulnerability to all
Okay.
of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends. So I think it just completely nullifies it.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Seeing Ravage get knocked down, Thrain will swear. Ravage, can you? I don't know if you will do it or someone else will, but I can make him vulnerable again. Heavily he's sitting there heavily panting.
He just looks at you and says, "Do it."
Magic, if you want to wait.
He's like struggling in these chains. Hurry up!
As soon as I do this, you gotta hit him.
Hurry up!
That question is if John's picking up what I'm putting down.
So,
That would do the thing, and then he does it. Yes.
I have
Yeah,
to
he's
backtrack on
honest,
what I
yeah.
said, Thrain. Jeremy Crawford actually answered this, one of the D&D designers, and it says Path to the Grave intentionally doesn't remove immunity or resistance. So it says Path to the Grave feature does not bypass or override a creature's immunity, so an immune creature will still take no damage even with the vulnerability.
Okay, well, then I didn't say any of that.
All right.
You gotta use your strength to rip the chains open like Ravage did.
And no, we just frantically firing. So, 1,
Tink!
2, whoops.
2, 3.
Hold that to us.
Tink!
Well, one hit. But still tank.
So,
Did you roll both at once?
Yeah, I think I rolled the second, third one. So, I mean, I was going to action surge anyway, because my boy is panicking.
Oh, yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
You're being dragged through a field of fire by a chain that's red hot as you're watching this giant fiend half swallowing Nell whole.
Yeah.
Tink!
You rolled damage, not
That was
attack.
damage.
Yeah, one of them hit.
No, it was remember, it was supposed to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, all of your attacks are at disadvantage.
Oh. All right.
I can actually
So
put the
that
restraint effect on you if you want.
Okay.
That way
yeah,
it'll
go
do all
ahead
that
and
shit automatically.
Okay. So then it was this one then. Okay.
Yeah, so tink, 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 tink.
All right.
As you're just fucking fanning the hammer on this one.
Screaming like a girl.
Guess I will, because action surge is not a bonus, it's a free action, right?
Yeah, action surge is a free action.
Alright, I'm gonna second win then.
Smart.
Alright, and that's his turn.
And as those 4 shots hit him, and he is slowly lowering Nell into his gullet, you hear him like chuckling. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. No, you had a success, but that wasn't supposed to do it, it just did. We're gonna go Thrain, and this should be 5, not 6. Okay.
My turn?
It is your turn, yes.
Bonus action. Rajay. And then I'm gonna try to hold those chains open. Is that an action to get up there and try to pry them open?
It is an action to do that, yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics roll, DC 22, I believe it is.
Okay. Damn, I tried.
As you get up there and you're like pulling on it, you see him like just swat you with his open hand and just knocks you back onto the ground.
You gotta be closer to do this. You know this.
I know. Why would I want to be close to that?
You wouldn't.
I would have been able to do that for you too.
And then I'm gonna just keep walking around, get out of the fire.
Okay.
And yeah, as action, bonus action, and movement.
Desmond. You are watching Nell being slowly lowered in.
I was serious though. Do we want to like
Nell
revive?
Awaken can fight against
Nell
this.
Awaken can be awakened while swallowed.
Either way, Nell Awaken can
Chains
fight.
don't protect him from the inside.
I guess I'm fucking getting closer. All right, should be 30 feet. That's 25, 20. Yep, 30 feet of everyone. Don't fucking say I'm not a team player.
Desmond with 57 health still.
Yeah, because I'm fucking staying away from everyone. So let's do something else first, I guess. Yeah, let's do this. So as he's running forward, loads in a special glowing green cartridge, closes the gun, pulls back on the top, and these spectral tongues come out of the top of the gun, and he points what is now a crossbow and fires Melf's acid arrow at this guy.
That's a pretty good roll.
If he wasn't.
It at least gets him an inspo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, chains, acid, it's trying to fucking do something.
I like it. Go ahead and roll damage and hold shift when you roll it so it does it with crit damage.
Should auto do it.
Well, he wasn't targeting anything, so.
Oh, I see.
Then he also
That's
gets
pretty.
this applied to him.
So the arrow launches out this arrow with a vial at the tip of it. It smashes in the chain, and you see acid spread across these thick iron chains, and you start hearing a sizzling noise on it.
All right, and as he's knelt down, let's not target you, target you instead. And a healing word, you back alive so you can see what's going on.
And at this point, Nell, you're already basically like, his lips are around your shoulders. So you regain consciousness in this damp, foul-smelling enclosure that you don't really immediately understand what is going on, and you feel some wet, moist
Muscle.
movement kind of undulating on the back of your head.
Cliff, it gave Nell another exhaustion.
So it's doing it when they get revived, not when
When
they
you wake up.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I like that better anyways.
All right, that's his turn.
All right. So at the end of the round, anyone still standing in the fire who is Roderick and Ravage.
Wow.
Dude, seriously, I have rolled that like garbage both times.
Oh, Roger, you're still fine. Oh, you're okay.
You're fine.
You're
Not
okay.
yet.
You're
It's not
okay.
dead yet.
You're fine. You're okay. Just keep saying that.
And now, so technically you already failed your save because you were unconscious, but I'll give you the opportunity here. Go ahead and give me a DC 22 strength save. You all watch as Nell is lowered completely into his gullet. And you start seeing moving around as Nell becomes conscious in essentially his throat. And you can see their appendages and whatnot moving as parts of their neck are bulging out and whatnot. And he heals for 11 damage.
Do the Night Mother proud. He loads another gun.
Seeing where everybody is, Ravage is going to run out and try to pry a different area off of the chains that is gonna make it so you all can actually get some shots off. And just barely is able to as he moves where the acid is at and has to move around the acid real quick and starts pulling open this one section, and he says, "Quick, finish him off."
That's just like with the weapon, isn't it?
Roderick, DC 18 strength save.
Not gonna make that.
Not believe in you.
Look at
Not gonna
that.
make it.
So as you're firing around, you see Nell be lowered completely into this thing's mouth as he moves his hands away and he starts looking around, and you just start panicking, and you're shimmying just enough that you create a little bit of a gap in the chains, enough where you could see that hook and just kind of pop it out, and you hear the chain thud to the ground as it goes back into the body of this beast. It is your turn. You are no longer restrained.
Did that take his action?
That does not take his action.
Cool.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
The spot that. Okay, so Ravage is prying the chains up. This
Yep.
is the same spot that like the tag team move was done, like that huge gaping wound that he's got.
It's not the same. It's to the side a little bit. Just basically he had to get out of the fire, and there's now acid in that area. It is immediately to the left of it. but like you still see him prying it open, and it's at a good enough angle that everybody here can get a shot.
What's the damage, Cliff?
What?
So he's vulnerable and not resistant.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when John actually kills him, or attempts to kill him, he'll actually kill him and not.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so with that shaken, Roderick's gonna run in and he wants to.
Get out of fire.
Yeah, the intention is to grab the same chains that Ravage is holding, and he's gonna basically use his other hand with the gun and just right in the wound, he's gonna shove his gun in and he's gonna start firing.
Sure. Go ahead and make all the attacks with advantage.
That point blank, though.
I'm gonna say that the only reason it's not a guaranteed hit is because he's not just standing there allowing this to happen. So he's moving and swatting at you to try to get you. But I will give you advantage on it because it is. You shouldn't miss this, but there's still a possibility that you miss it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a hit.
Okay, so
Maj. Yeah.
oh, vulnerable. Second shot.
That is definitely a hit.
If you happen to look over at Thrain, you'll see his hand start glowing that deep purple.
He's pretty laser focused, son.
That is fair. That is fair because he is has the what's it called? Boldness. Oh, that's not the other one. Never mind.
So what happens, John?
Yeah, so he's hanging off of the side of this, and he just looks pissed. He's like, "Fuck you, fuck you!" Like he's just going in that spot, and and he feels him toppling and just keeps pulling the trigger in this same spot. Like, here's something you can eat, you son of a bitch! Like he's just fucking pissed.
Beep, 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 and your mother's a beep.
So as you jump on, Ravage holding the chains open, you kind of go in there and like shove up with your offhand and just start unloading. And after the first few shots, you start hearing this tearing noise, and you see that from a wound that Nell and Thrain gave him, you see it tear across to where you're shooting, and the weight of these chains start to peel him backwards. And then all of a sudden, you just see his top half kind of like, and you watch his body kind of slump to the ground while his legs are still standing, and in this pool of bile and blood, you watch Nell wash out of his stomach onto the ground as you hear this sizzling noise as the fire is being extinguished from the innards of this creature, as you just hear a noise coming from his throat.
Is no up? Like, are they awake? Looking at them.
Yes.
We didn't get to make it to their turn,
Digestive.
where it would have been the next a step of that. So yes.
Okay, glad you were awake for that experience.
Health potion.
You have one?
I sure do.
Okay.
I have one that doesn't require us using an actual health potion.
Okay, yeah, we like Desmond potion.
If we need all the help we can get right now.
Yeah, I have
Sorry.
greater healing potion, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the one that's off my hip and just shove it in John's chest. Drink.
Who's John?
Roderick's chest. Just drink. And then I'm gonna lay my own on my chest and a level 3 cure wounds. It's something.
No, Desmond will hand you one of his.
Hang on, John. Let's see if I can.
4+4.
Can I target the healing potions, Cliff? No, they're set to self, but John gets 10 health. Oh wait, no, it's greater healing 20. It's just because you using your action to take a potion.
Uh-huh.
Roll another d4. So that much. 9.
And then do inventory to 0.
How's Ravage looking?
Pissed.
Any blood?
You knew
Like
what I meant.
there's a lot of blood on him.
He's light. He's fine.
You can roll a medicine check and try to determine if you want to.
Yeah. Is that blood his or not? Let's see.
I mean, you could tell that he took some decent hits during that scuffle, but I mean, compared to your friends, he looks much better off.
Desmond will walk up all pissed off because he rolled over a tree and got his coat all dirty.
Oh no.
Poor guy.
So
Thank you
how's
much.
Roderick, did you drink your health potion?
Eat it.
Yeah.
You did.
He
So,
did.
yeah, all health is accurate.
All health is accurate. Got it. Another greater healing potion is handed to him from Nell.
He is like, he looks at you for a second and he's still looking angry, and then he like snatches it, pops the cork off and drinks.
I have stopped and reloaded and everything this music.
I was gonna say it's real intense for this.
Yeah.
I've
When-
stopped
when
and
it
reloaded it
works-
like 10 times, and it's just like, nah, bro.
When it works, it works. When it
So you know what?
doesn't,
Fuck it. Everybody
fucking
roll
doesn't.
initiative again. Whatever. We're gonna keep this going, I guess.
Yeah.
The music says so.
Right.
Desmond like just walks up to the group, like crosses his arms and waits.
I refresh. I don't hear it anymore.
Are you still in the group after you refreshed?
Well, I had to rejoin. But it just typing a name.
Okay.
And chat does not hear it.
I turned it off.
Oh.
You did?
I turned it off for stream
Oh, okay.
Okay.
because I can't get it to change on mine.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just refresh the webpage.
I
Yeah, I'm
did
doing
3
this
times
now.
while we were doing the healing.
Everyone else refresh the webpage.
Yeah, it worked on mine. It's gone.
It's still jamming on here. I see the fucking bar still moving.
All right, so we regroup. Well, he was an ugly bastard.
Ravage like, was this your hag countess?
Certainly not.
The eyes were glowing yellow. Might have been one of hers. Are the eyes still glowing yellow?
They're still yellow. Not a whole lot of life in those things right now, though.
Yeah,
Not glowing though.
Thrain's just gonna plop down on the ground. Now that you have this out of your way, what's next?
There'll be more. Somehow I have to figure out how to drag this big son of a bitch back to the pit.
How far is it?
He chuckles. Without him, a day.
Get a chuckle out of it, huh? Through all the smoke, can we actually see the sky? Like the tree's gone.
Yeah. I mean, in this area, there's a nice little clearing.
What time of day is it?
It's like midday. The sun is pretty much like right above you all.
How do you guys maybe feel about calling this an early night?
I think I'm pretty damn tired. Certainly not against it. What berries do I have today, Cliff?
Oh, you should be able to roll it yourself now. We got that figured out.
Did we?
Yes, we did. See?
So nice, so nice.
I'll say I'm gonna let Adam make these promises, not me.
I remember us fighting it. It's because the actual table it pulled from wasn't public.
Yep. The music's working now, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
That luck one would have been real cool in combat.
Right?
Right?
Which one you eating?
None of them. None of those are necessary right now.
Well, you don't know what two of them do.
Right.
If I see you digging through it, I'd be like, I'll be a test subject if you need. I'll pull the hand out.
Alright, so Nell's gonna hand you a rusty orange berry with a slightly corroded surface. Corroded?
Corroded.
I don't-
Corroded.
Corroded.
Look at
And they
it.
will take the purple one themselves.
Look at it, raise an eyebrow. Shrug, throw it in his mouth.
As you throw it in your mouth, it has a very unpleasant crunch, Adam. And it's very scratchy going down. And a few minutes after eating it, you start feeling really sluggish.
I'm just gonna lay down here now. His voice is kind of woozy and just lays down.
And
Meanwhile, while that's going on,
the dark purple with the soft velvet skin.
yep. You eat it, and it has a little bitterness to it, but an overall pleasant taste. And after a few minutes, you start seeing Thrain getting a little sluggish, and you don't notice what it does. You don't notice the effect of it.
Okay.
You assume that maybe the effect that it has is something that you already naturally have.
Dark vision.
Roderick is just pacing back and forth. Like, are you experimenting with berries right now?
This doesn't seem like a priority. If we just came across a pack of fiends, then a minute later, another fiend stumbled upon us. I doubt we are in safe territory.
Not even close.
And what are we gonna do if we have to fight them? At this point.
We'd have a far less sober Thrain, that's for one thing.
You all gonna stand around bitching, or are you gonna help me drag this big fucker?
Let's go.
Assist.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this some sort of like demon or some shit?
By the looks of him, yeah, I'd say he's some lesser demon.
And when you kill these, you throw them right back to the pit that we suspect leads to hell, or the hells, or one of the hells, or something like that. Does that mean that they just come right back or something? Is that how this works?
Yes. But what happens if we leave them here is worse. Most of these creatures can't be slain here. And unless you want to jump in and finish them off, this is the better alternative.
Well, jumping in without a plan is not really my expertise. He like cuts a look to Nell and then just like walks past, grabs like a piece of this fucking thing and just starts tugging.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're mad, Roderick. I'm sorry. I was prepared to run, but I was provided with some good points.
Human, did you acquire those weapons from a loudmouth dwarf?
The only loudmouth dwarf I know is right there.
Yet, oh, fuck off in Dwarvish.
I haven't seen weapons
this...
like that in some time.
No, this guy made him. He points.
Desmond's just like walking in front of the group that it's dragging the devil, and he just has his book out writing in it, and he just raises his hand and goes back to writing.
That look, Cliff.
Desmond, you feel a heavy, wet thud hit your back.
Desmond's gonna like place a hand on his back, like,
And there's
rub his
just
fingers.
blood.
Yeah, rubs his fingers through it. The shimmer of green comes over him as he prestidigitations himself, that he just keeps walking.
You feel another wet thud.
Another shimmer. Then he like turns around.
Do you think that you're above everyone else here?
No, that's actually why I came back to help. I was the one that said I am not leaving you to do this alone.
Well, where's that team spirit now? Grab on.
Turns and just keeps walking.
Away?
Oh.
Am I not making myself clear? Subtlety is not my art.
You are very clear, but you have no authority over me.
In these woods, I have ultimate authority. It's no longer a request.
Roderick doesn't piss himself.
As he says, this is no longer a request. Everybody else, you feel him stop dragging this thing as he lets go.
I'm sure the thing stops moving too. I'm not contributing much.
Nella is going to kind of move between Desmond and Ravage. Desmond, could you please assist us at least a little?
What more assistance could you want?
Do you do anything after you say that, or do you just kind of stand there and say that?
He kind of like sassy puts a hand on his hip as he says it.
Okay. Ravage is going to charge you, and he is going to kick you in your fucking chest.
Oh, fuck.
Impose disadvantage. Okay, good.
Okay. Then he is now going to reckless attack. Does a 30 hit?
Do I get to do my disadvantage this time?
Well, you did it on the last one.
Yeah, true. I didn't really get to actually do it. Nell did slam him with a shield when he went to kick.
So as he moved in, you hit him with the shield, and he just kind of like he hit against the shield, and he just stepped to the side and just kicks you in the chest. Can I have a DC 20 strength save, please?
Got this, Des.
You take 25 points of damage, and he is going to opt, instead of knocking you back, to knock you prone. And he is going to stand over you and say, "We move as a unit. No one is above anyone else. Everyone contributes. Am I making myself clear?"
Desmond like catches his breath and like looks up at him. You have no authority over me.
Des, we're going to fucking... You're gonna die. I'm gonna protest.
He's gonna take his third attack while you're prone with the with his glaive. And he is reckless.
This has been a while.
Oh my
fuck.
god!
Wow.
Damn!
Hang on, I'm within 30 feet of this, right?
You are?
Sentinel is death's door. It nullifies any critical effects.
Okay, so just roll damage regular then?
Regular damage.
What do you do when you activate this?
Yeah, how does...
Uh,
Because you about to be next.
I'll just... A voice you guys have never heard before, deeper than usual, just kind of bellows out of Thrain, and he says, "Enough!" And the purple energy just kind of explodes out towards Desmond.
Okay.
And kind of like a shield comes up and pushes the glaive to the side of it.
I mean, it doesn't push the glaive to the side. It doesn't make him not hit. It just nullifies the critical effect, right?
Well, it's gonna push to the side so it doesn't kill
So
him
it's not
right in the
as
heart.
critical.
It's gonna go hit him in the
Understood.
shoulder.
Okay.
So maybe like a force against the blade coming down, so it's not as hard as it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh.
He hits you with it, and then he digs it into your chest, and he drags you closer to him. And he leans in and he says, "You still seem to think that you have an option."
This is what Dukarius is known for, isn't it? Abuse, power to get what you want. This is why you were left.
Oh no.
You do your king dirty. Then
He
spits in his face.
he is going to rage.
So I'm assuming we're just rolling initiative now.
Yeah, I'm about to say everybody can just roll initiative if you want to.
I mean, Roderick still got an arm over his shoulder, like, Mr. Rabbit, sir, what do you want this?
Desmond's gonna like hold up a hand to any of his teammates that are nearby as he says this.
So Thrain twirls the hammer and he's getting ready to smack him. And then he sees you hold your hand up.
Roderick.
He's like, Desmond, you're not going to walk away from this alive. I don't know if you noticed, but your royal servants are not here, your royal guards. This is his domain right now. So, if you continue to fuck around, I feel like I'm
You're gonna find out.
I'm a workshop that. I feel like I'm onto something here. So he is just going to use his turn to like give him the look like, you know, like your mom gives you when you act up in the grocery store.
All right. Ravage's turn. He is going to pick you up off of the ground. Are you wearing a mask or anything?
No.
Okay. He is going to pick you up off the ground, and he's going to hold you at face level. And he's going to say, "What we are known for is working together to overcome impossible odds as a unit." And every time he's saying something to you, he is headbutting you in the face.
Oh, damn. Oh my god.
And that again
Stop
is
critting on my boy.
I mean, he's asking for it.
another sentinel.
Okay, what do you say this time? Stop it!
So because he did, shove his glaive in him, Thrain was stepping closer. And literally right next to him, I said, "That's enough. He is not in your chain of command, he's in ours. Let us handle ours."
Okay, so he does 9 damage from headbutting you in the face. The first time.
He's out.
He's still yelling into your unconscious body.
I get it.
Do you understand?
As he does 9 damage and 1 fail.
Like, oh, you're giving me the silent treatment, huh?
As he does 9 damage and another fail. He is going to action surge. he is going to reach into his pouch and he's going to pull something out and pour it into your mouth.
Wake your ass
Healing
up.
your ass so I can continue beating your ass.
As he heals you for 15 damage. And then he is going to take 2 more attacks.
Oh my god.
For 9 damage. And what's your 17?
Yeah.
That one might be a miss. No, I lied. That's not a miss.
Oh.
That's a 21. Yeah. He knocks you unconscious again. And then he just drops your body. And then he turns and he looks at Thrain.
Oh shit.
And he says, "You came to me. You are in my woods. You are under my command." And then
Should we just let you die?
he opens up his robe further to further show off his armor. And he's just looking at you.
Should we have let you die then? And as yeah, so
And then he picks up his glaive and he's gonna start walking away from you if like he just steps over Desmond's body and keeps walking. He's gonna walk back over to the fucking giant thing and start dragging it unless someone else does anything.
Yes, sir. I tried to tell him.
Is Roderick still
Uh-huh.
Roderick can remove.
pulling at the chain that this thing is attached to?
Mm-hmm.
My last 5 lay on hands go into him,
Okay.
getting Desmond back up.
Yep. Anything else you're doing?
Nell's just kind of glaring at Ravage at this point. Let's get the fuck out of here. As they're helping Desmond up.
Are you saying that as in crew we out or
Yeah,
Like leaving him to just
Yeah.
drag it on his own.
yeah, drag it yourself, bitch, at that point.
Cliff,
Yeah.
would I know if any kind of radiant damage would like completely destroy like devil or something instead of just
Give me Arcana or Religion.
that's so shitty. I'm actually gonna use my fucking thing for that.
You're pushing it to what, a 13?
Yeah.
For all that you know, anything shy of like disintegration, like you can't kill a fiend outside of the hells truly. Like you could kill them on the plane, but they just get sent right back to the hells and then they just reform.
So what's the point of dragging the corpse?
are you asking Cliff or is Nell asking Ravage? Because he already answered that.
Mhm.
Because it's worse. If they come or whatever happens to the body is worse, he said. We didn't go
Got it.
further.
If y'all would have helped drag, you probably would have been a lot further ahead and you might find out the answer to that question.
Right.
Anything else you're doing now? I guess I could just say out of turn.
No, I
Does
think
anybody
I should-
plan on doing anything to him, or are we good to end kind of turn order?
Okay.
We're gonna end
never
turn
plan
order.
on doing something to him.
Oh my god.
You say you
I
do
say
plan
do
on
what?
it?
I wasn't
No,
gonna
he
let
was
him
never going
kill
to.
you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay, cool. Then don't worry about turn order. Just whatever you want to do. So I mean, yeah, he just continues dragging this thing.
Is he making progress?
Oh yeah, like you guys don't really feel like you were doing much of anything.
Roderick's still helping.
Yeah, like Nell is probably Desmond probably too to some degree, but like Nell would probably understand that like it wasn't that he needed help doing it. It was the fact that this was something that everybody was doing. Desmond probably could understand that from a different lens, maybe. But yeah, like this was never about him needing help dragging it. This was about like this was the team building exercise that you were all doing together.
I'm looking to know.
Seeing that it's moving at the exact same rate. Now going to look back towards Desmond and Thrain. Just. So where were we headed to next on the map? Clearly, we're not going to Carrion Scrawl.
Desmond like gets up, dusts himself off, Carrion's crawl, and walks over towards Ravage.
He just gives you a squint and a smirk. Are you gonna help?
Would you allow me to help in a way that's best suited for me to help? We can make this process a lot easier if we use everyone's specialties.
Besides running your mouth, what's your specialty?
Running my brain and my mouth. I understand you're strong. I understand you've been pulling these and tossing them in the hole. That's not really our strength. We can divide this thing up. We can minimize the weight load, make this process an actual day instead of what it could turn out to be.
He's just silent, looking at you. Still dragging it.
Would us using our individual specialties be enough of a team effort to satisfy?
He stops, drops it with a thud. What do you have in mind?
First, instead of dragging on straight ground, we can put it on something that'll slide better. We can burn down some of the extra weight. I have means of acid.
Nil begins summoning her steed. Their steed.
Yep. Desmond like gestures as Nell does that. Roderick, you have like the things for a little bit. You have the capability of being two people at once. The strength is probably still not enough to be comparable to Ravage.
Yeah, his on the other side of this massive thing, you probably didn't see him, but like you see like the tops of the hat of the Echo just like try to push.
He looks at you and he says, "It was never about matching my strength. It was about showing that we were doing this together." And then he steps one step closer to you and he leans down. He says, And if you ever talk ill of my king and country again, I will see firsthand how you run your brain. And then he reaches in his pouch and he pulls out a larger health potion and he just shoves it into your chest.
Just like maintaining eye contact, straight face, and as it gets shoved into his chest, he like turns to the side so he can keep eye contact and drinks it. Like I ain't gonna say shit, but
go ahead and roll 8d4 plus 8.
It wouldn't be taking a full
Oh
turn
yeah,
to
I
do
guess you
this.
would be.
You don't think?
Yeah. You're right.
oh, that's a lot of ones.
That's just to show
Very
you.
good roll.
It's just to show you what it could have been.
I didn't do the plus 8 either.
So that's 40. You'd heal for 40. Hey, that's pretty good. So he's standing there and he's waiting for you to finish the potion and then make good on your way of chipping in.
No, you have the biggest blade. Or Ravage, can you divide this thing equally?
We need to minimize its blood spill.
Nell's still casting, and they're kind of holding up like both hands, like they have 10 minutes
These things,
while they're speaking.
they corrupt the land. Their blood bears dark fruit. Before I learned this, I've sown acres of corrupted land around the pit. That's why I tried keeping him as whole as possible.
Thrain, do you still have access to the spell that you learned in Sandscale?
Sanctuary? No.
Consecration.
Consecration.
Would I know if that would like help in this situation?
Give me a religion roll.
I'm muted, so you couldn't hear me.
Why am I so shit today? My head hurts.
Because 2 weeks ago you rolled nothing but 20s.
My
You
head
might
is
have been
throbbing.
headbutt a few times.
Yeah.
You're probably not thinking as straight as you'd like to be. I would say, given the little bit you know about it, you don't know if that would work or not in this case.
Could
If we work on the corpse here, it'll minimize the bloodshed rather than dragging it with its innards spilling the entire way.
He kind of looks back at the trail.
I'll say it's gonna be tomorrow to like cast consecration.
By tomorrow, we could be at the pit.
Either way, my point still stands. Minimize the corruption to this one spot rather than a trail.
You see him looking at you, and you see him just get this stupid smile on his face. That thing that you did with your outfit, can't you just do that with the blood?
Nell kind of shrugs while they're still pantomiming and like doing all their stupid cast shit that they have to do to get his way to get over here.
I'm gonna go and try to do it. I think my fucking range is just like a foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a foot square. So he's walking behind, pat.
Right.
As he sees you pat the first time, he says, Perfect. And he fucking grabs the chain and starts dragging.
If we work on the corpse here, I can clear the entire area in an instant, rather than dragging and clearing for the entirety of the travel.
Drops it with a thud again. He's like looking off in the distance. Like you just see him like mentally measuring how far you guys could have been ahead if you would have actually kept walking. What are we doing?
Divide the corpse equally. Okay.
He just starts hacking it in half where it was already like torn at the seam.
Desmond's gonna start preparing like an acid or something to burn it down a little bit.
The chain bound to this guy? Like, is it permanently attached to him?
Yeah, like you haven't seen an area where like you don't see where the chain starts or ends. You just see chain.
Okay.
He's chain demon guy.
I haven't looked at this in a while. What happened to my alchemy jug? There it is.
Mayonnaise.
Put the
8 ounces of acid, actually.
I do want to call out that like I don't think it just in passing it's properly illustrated how fucking massive a 15 by 15 by 15 creature is.
Right?
It's like the room I'm in.
Yeah.
Like it is a
Taller.
mountain of a fucking body that is being dragged.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 2 mountains of a body.
2 slightly smaller mountains, but
So basically, Desmond's gonna take some time to do what he can to minimize the size of this shit.
Mhm.
Like, probably like limbs and shit like that can be burned off.
Remember, his feet are bigger than Thrain.
Hmm.
Okay.
Then a wagon probably isn't doable, is it?
You tell me how you plan on doing a wagon out here. This sounds like a great time for a group skill check. What do you plan on doing, everybody? What is your contribution to this dog and pony show we have going on now?
The horse.
That's fair.
I don't know what I could do here at all. I'm like,
The horse and the yank.
if I get told to move stuff, I'll move stuff, but I don't know what Thrain has for goods here.
Okay.
He ain't that strong.
You can position stuff better for Desmond to work with, because he ain't gonna be able to do it.
We'll see. For a barbarian, I am very weak.
But can we get the chains off? Because those are probably really fucking heavy. We can cut them off of him. Fuck them chains.
He looks at you and he says, "Tell me where to cut."
Well, we just have to start unraveling them, figure out where they attach to him.
Find an end. Otherwise, we just start beating the shit out of it where the acid hit.
Mel's gonna start looking for an end.
Sure, give me an investigation roll.
You sure it's not perception? It has to be investigation.
You give it a quick glance, and man, you don't see no start, no end, no nothing to these chains.
It's honestly probably faster to just go right where it's already corroded.
Ah! He starts hacking away. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna leave this one up to chance. Just because of how serious these fucking things are.
I want a plus 14.
Amethil chats in.
What did you do? 32 damage, Sin?
33.
20, 40, 68, and 33 is enough. With the third strike, he hits the chains and the chains break. And as they break, you could see that they are like embedded into his skin, like they are part of his being. In most areas, like you see them just like almost like cheetah spots where they connect. I don't think we're removing those.
More chains to grab now, at least.
He just gives you a smile.
Nels smirks as, you know, the horse is arriving.
All right, skill check round.
Yeah, this here.
What's
yeah,
who's doing
everyone
what?
else go.
I guess athletics, moving stuff around that needs to be moved.
Okay.
Throwing chains as needed.
Okay, that means no one else can do athletics.
It's okay. I already got a 0 for my thing. So.
That wasn't your skill check.
Okay, good.
Don't worry. I got you guys.
Thoraine's still feeling the effect of that berry that he ate. He's like dragging everything sort of haphazardly. All right, who's next? It behooves you to go faster so that way no one else can use your shit.
Does it actually look like too many chains to remove?
It doesn't look like it's possible to remove them. Like, they look like they're all, like, embedded into his skin in, like, different areas. Like, each chain connects differently to the torso. I mean, I guess you could try to, like, individually remove everyone. I don't know. I'll have to spitball the anatomy of this demon to try to figure out if that's a possibility or not, but...
Like, I'm thinking burn off where they attach to his body. The ones that are in him are gonna fucking stay. But
they're
like,
all in him, that's what I'm saying. Like, essentially, all the chains that are, like, wrapped around. Like, think of, like, if you had, like... Think if you have a piece of wood with a string coming out of the wood, and then you wrap the string around it. Like, that's what these chains are, except for there's multiple connection points for each one of the different chains. So say there's 20 chains, there's 20 connection points on his body, and they're all wrapped around him.
Right, I just want to get rid of the connection points. So any part that's wrapped would fall.
I mean, that's kind of what happened already with where he chopped open the acid. It kind of, like, split it open. But now you're just seeing all the chains are still attached.
Could we remove excess chain, though?
Like, remove the links, actually, so there's just, like, a single link sticking out of his torso?
Yeah. It's a lot lighter.
I mean, you seen what had to be done to break the chains, so you know it's possible. But are you all going to go through the effort of doing 100 points of damage to each link to try to cut through all these chains?
No.
Because, like, it literally took his third attack, plus that acid arrow that you fucking rolled crit on, to break the chains. The chains aren't meant to break. That is superseding what is meant to be done.
Okay.
So you could do it. You just don't think that... Desmond's big brain doesn't think that would probably be the best move.
Okay, then limbs would be the first to go then.
Okay.
So
you point to the limb and he starts hacking.
Yep, cooking up a big pot of acid to cook the limbs in.
Okay.
Roderick's going to just use his survival skills with, like, hunting to figure out what would be the best way. Like, anytime, you know, you get, like, that big game, but you can't carry it all back. Like the best way to kind of make this work.
I like that.
That's a good call.
Big game.
That one could probably classify this as big game.
Can I do an omni roll for mine, Cliff, or is that not a skill?
That's a skill. What skill are you actually using?
His alchemy for the acid.
Yep, go ahead and roll it. All right. And what is Nell doing to round it out?
Fucking
I don't think there's anything you can do with that, no.
no. Gonna
Can't use
use
those bar skills like
sleight of
that.
hand to work on rigging something up to have it be easy for Hisway to pull.
Okay.
We got rope, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Using ropes and stuff tied to the horse. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only thing I can think of, man.
I like it.
I fucked it up.
So I will say that you rolled a group roll of 47, which
above
is
average.
an 11.75. All you needed was a 10. So you guys did succeed with what you were trying to do.
No thanks to Thrain and I.
With your 12, you guys did do it, and you see Ravage being counter to your impression of him up until this point, remarkably patient throughout this whole thing, and as long as people are doing things, you see that he's pretty cool with whatever it is that you're trying to do. As you know, you tell him chop here, he chops there. You say dump it into this pot, he dumps it into the pot. You say put your finger on this area so I can tie the knot around it, he's doing it. As long as you guys are doing things, you see that he's actually maintaining a pretty chill demeanor. And when it's all done, you guys have this body sort of field dressed and disintegrated where it could. And as you're loading everything up, he looks at you and he says, "Bring that pot of acid. It needs to get dumped too."
Desmond nods as it starts to get pulled, and the whole area that we're working, that he starts to clean it up.
All right. And he grabs the chain and starts pulling alongside the horse as you all begin.
And Nell's pulling too.
Okay. Yeah, so he starts moving. And he's quiet for the short while of doing it. Unless any of you bring anything up. And after a while, he'll say, "You may not understand the actions that I do. But everything I do is a reaction to things that I have failed to do throughout the years. Every mistake I make leads to a new lesson learned. Only out here, even a seemingly trivial mistake, like leaving the body in the woods, has catastrophic effects." And as you guys travel a few hours closer, you start getting to this area where the wood starts to change and the trees are almost look like they're coated in like obsidian barbs. And he just sort of gestures over towards it. He says, "This corruption, its roots run deep. Much blood was spilled here. But looking back on it, I was not the victor. And if you look at any of the trees when you're driving by, you can see etch marks where it looks like someone has been trying to cut these things down, barely making a dent in this barbed bark. Every one of these trees is a body I didn't throw back. Their thorns have a poison that normal magic can't heal.
Immediately interested. Can it be harvested?
I don't know. That's not my specialty. He kind of stutters for a second. He says, "It's not my strength." And he looks over at Desmond.
You stick to what you're good at, and you've been getting it done.
Herbalism is my strength.
Feel free to see if you can, but I caution you. One wrong slip, and you will be in the worst state you've ever been in.
Attempting to harvest stinging nettle.
Sure, you can do that. It's going to be a DC 18, and if you miss by more than 5, something bad will happen. So as you
Fuck it up completely.
What was the DC?
18.
Megan, I hate that I was muted because I said I was literally sitting here like, why aren't you rolling the D4 of the guidance I put on you?
I didn't even remember I was given guidance.
Because I was muted when I told you.
When did you give
I mean,
guidance?
it's not gonna fucking do shit.
I was saying, seeing Nell walk up to them, I'm going to cast guidance.
Even with sins +4, it's not enough.
It'll be you missed by 5.
Yeah.
So as you're attempting to extract from one of these, like obsidian thorns is the best way to put it. These long spikes that are protruding off of these trees. Like you get the herbalism kit up and you're trying to maneuver it, and as you do, you slip ever so slightly, and the thorn scratches your finger. And as it does, you feel this coldness rush over your hand.
Okay.
That's it?
Okay. Then I will. Can I try again?
Sure.
I'm gonna be able to make you a prosthetic.
Seeing that out, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Woo!
I'm already stabbed. Fuck it. Just grab it.
Can you confirm that, please? Yeah, so you feel this scratch across your finger, and your whole hand goes cold for a second, and you don't really think much of it, and you continue to prod at this, and you manage to break off a piece of that long thorn into some solvent, and as you start dissolving it in there, you see it makes like this this almost indigo colored liquid with the nat 20. I'll say you have enough reagents from this to attempt to make 2 poisons out of what you have. Due to this being a special type of poison that you're making, normal crafting reagents you cannot use. It would have to be specifically harvest from here if you want to ever make it in the future.
Okay.
But you will have the opportunity during downtime if you want to, once that needle fully dissolves into that solvent, to use that to make a very potent poison that, spoiler alert, Nell's going to find out really quickly what happens.
Yeah, anyways, Nell is going to then pull the gully fern off their back and pluck the white berry and shove that in their mouth to cure disease or condition afflicting a creature.
And see if it works.
Desmond's gonna harvest some too. Not for poisons.
Sure. Give me a roll. 18.
Seeing you walk up, guidance. Like, nope. Nope.
Okay. So you
What's
can
the
harvest
guidance,
enough.
a D4?
D4.
Doesn't matter, but
You can harvest enough for one craft of whatever it is you're trying to make.
let's see if we can cure this somehow.
Okay, you gotta try to make the
Antidote.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So Rabbit stops and lets you all do that. And then when he sees you guys coming back, he just sort of looks at you and says, "So do you think you'll be able to do anything with it?"
Oh, I'll certainly be able to create a powerful poison with it, but he's the one who's probably going to do something cooler.
It looks like you were trying to remove this from the area. If there's a cure, I'll work towards finding it.
He just gives you a nod. Are we ready to keep going?
Desmond picks up his big pot of acid and starts wobbling along.
He starts dragging it forward.
Nell just wraps their hand and continues.
Now give me a con save.
Is this poison? Because doesn't Nell have advantage against poison? Did we discuss that last session?
That was charm that I have it against.
Ooh.
But
Yo.
Awesome. Okay. Yep. So you all continue for another. Oh, you gotta confirm it though.
It's right. It's me that has resistance for poison.
yes, because you are dwarf.
Yeah, it's your charm is right.
Do you have resistance? Oh wait, it's me.
Yeah, it sucks for you, but me, I got this. I'm good.
Also, I'm going to point out the exact same rolls back to back.
I ain't mad about
2018,
it.
2018.
I call bullshit. Sin, roll a d20, quick.
Don't be a 14. Don't be a 14.
Why didn't that roll? Bam.
Okay. Had to make sure it wasn't a glitch in the matrix, you know? So after another half day or so, if you guys have any questions or anything, he's definitely more than obliged with answering them. But otherwise, if you guys don't say anything, he'll be mostly quiet other than pointing out things every now and again. And if no one has anything after a half day from there of travel, you all start hearing these terrible noises that sound like screams. You hear screeches and chittering, all of it just echoing throughout the area around you.
Sorry, I'm pretty hungry.
And
Sorry.
he just kind of looks at you all and he says, "We're near."
When do you typically rest?
I don't.
Never sleep, never eat.
Eat on the go. Sleep is a luxury.
Oh.
And as you all break free of the woods, you see in front of you about 100 yards. There's like this sort of disheveled rolling grassland, and it just has a sheer drop off, and literally miles across you see this cavern filling up the entire horizon, and over the middle of it you see these winged demons that are just sort of flying in circles, as Ravage takes a big deep breath in and says, "Home sweet home." And that's where we're going to end it at for the night. Oh.
Y'all ain't trying to live. Roderick is convinced.
So, in my defense,
Yes.
in my defense, about going into combat at least, when Nell said our lives are more important, that kind of triggered Desmond specifically.
He's like, "Yeah, they are."
Like, yeah, I think he said multiple times now, like, no, treat me like everyone else. No. And now all of a sudden, like, oh, all of our lives are more important. Like, no.
Yeah,
So
treat
that
you
was
like
like-
everyone else here who is more important than the regular person. That's what they meant by that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the whole fucking
No, just meant we have a greater path ahead of us than to just die here. But
Desmond thought the same thing when he first arrived.
How the turns have tabled.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so are we playing next week? I don't know what the schedules are anymore. So
What's Carps?
neither do fucking I, honestly.
Carps. It's the beginning of the month. That's the 5th. Next or 4th is the beginning of the month.
Is
I
it?
don't know when next or
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know if Carps is next week or I don't know the schedule for Carps. I know it's usually the beginning of the month.
It's random.
No, yeah, it's whenever they can get the campsite space. We have April 11th is the next event.
okay,
So next week, but not the week following.
yeah, so we'll
Correct.
be here next week. So upcoming schedule is going to be Monday Etheria, or Monday are we doing?
That's
Monday, you said we were doing yours.
strange days.
Okay, because Megan, you can't do Monday. This one, you have your game Monday, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Monday we'll be testing out the system I've been working on, that should be pretty much fully automated for the 3 characters.
Is it 4? Is this 4 or 5?
I don't even know. I thought it was 3, but it could be 4.
Because we had one without John, then John came back. This is 4.
So this would be 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would be the 4th one. So everything that's automated so far, all of the what doesn't kill you makes you stronger that can be automated is automated. All of the dice rolls, damage, weapons, all that is good to go. I got for John, I have the Xenoblade and the Xenoblast completely done.
Fuck yeah.
What I need to do this weekend is get the 3 class things going, which I don't know how much automation is going to be involved in that. It might be just like flavor text, but for you, Adam, I'm going to try to figure out if there's some way we can build something to keep track of what's active.
I'd say it could literally just be checkboxes, like, hey, this one's active, this one's not.
Yeah, and that's easy to do. We'll try to figure out how that's going to work. And then if I have time this weekend to do it, I want to get some of the base powers in. And then I think I still have to fine tune how many powers everybody should start with. We already know like Sin's character gets 2 more than everybody, well, 2 more than what their class normally would, just because of one of the
powers
makes you stronger they took.
What is power? What do you mean by powers?
Spells.
Spell. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think you have much to worry about in that one, Adam.
Probably not.
But yeah, so if I have time, I'll get those. But at the bare minimum, classes will be ready. So Monday we'll be running that 8 p.m. Friday we'll be back for this, and then the following Monday we'll be back to Etheria with Megan guest starring.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how the fuck Sin's gonna work that into the story.
Neither do I.
But that's not my problem for once.
Uh-huh.
For once, that is someone else's problem to have to solve for, and I'm happy with that. I'm all for impossible solutions when I don't have to come up with them. So that's the upcoming schedule. And on that note, let's rate out. I don't know who all's on even.
King Nothing's been going for an hour and 28 minutes.
Perfect. That's where we're
So
going.
if anyone else you can find if you want, but
No. That's perfect. So we'll rate out to King Nothing live. Yeah. And I appreciate you hanging out. Have a wonderful evening, and we will see you on Monday. Bye. Why the fuck did the music get so loud all of a sudden when I went to this scene? It was so quiet, and then on this scene it was like full blast.
because if not mistaken, scenes are audio specific.
I don't even have it on this scene.
Oh, okay.
See, they do it wrong.
Yeah, that it does.